Today's guest is an amazing woman who has smashed the corporate world, surpassing gender and racial barriers. Grace Mosuro is one of the most successful women I know in the commercial industry. She's gone one further to produce a fantastic line called Anike Titilai, which is handmade luxury jewelry inspired by Africa. Her business platform goes by the slogan, Healing and Adorning You. And today, I'm going to be speaking with Grace how you can incorporate this doctrine into your own personal life and your business. So let's welcome Grace Mosuro into the chair of truth. Grace, lovely to have you here, my dear.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's good to have you here. I think you've got so much information to share, so much knowledge. I mean, I really want to know more about this healing thing, so we're going to get into it. But why don't you let the audience know, who is Grace? What are you about?
Grace is a mother, an entrepreneur, a perfectly imperfect woman, and just a Black woman navigating her way through a trying world at times, but loving the process.
Absolutely. It's definitely been a trying year as well, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So you're a successful woman within the commercial industry. You've reached higher heights, managerial positions, managing big contracts. What made you decide to actually start a business line?
I've wanted to own my own business for a long time. And my dad passed away in 2018. And I think it was the wake up call that I needed to just be like, actually stop talking about it and get on and do it. So I did, and Aniketi Titilai was born.
Brilliant. I love the way, say it again so the audience can actually understand, because I don't think I say it very well. I say Anike Titilai.
No, you butchered it.
I butchered the whole name. Go for it. How do you actually say the name?
It's Aniketi Titilai. It is a Yoruba name. So the translation, or what it means in English, is she who is to be cherished forever.
Fantastic.
And that was, yeah, I love the name. And I think it really speaks to what I'm trying to create with the brand, and what I hope people feel with the pieces and about themselves.
Fantastic stuff. Yeah. And I know, for those who are watching, you'll be able to see some images and clips we're going to put up of some of your fantastic products. So handmade luxury jewelry, which is inspired by Mother Africa.
Absolutely.
Okay, so is it like specific stones or?
I use semi-precious crystals for my jewelry, and each healing crystal has its own properties, and each is finished with luxury kind of gold vermeil findings. Wow. And the key thing for me is I wanted every person that wears a piece to feel like a goddess. I truly believe that there is a goddess within each and every one of us. Yeah. And I just think sometimes life can beat her up a little bit, but she's still there fighting. So for me, I want every woman that wears a piece of Aniketi Titilai jewelry to just almost feel like that jewelry is just representing and releasing the goddess to say, yeah, she's here.
Fantastic.
And even if you can't see it, I know she's here.
You know she's there. That's brilliant. So, I mean, for the goddess, as a man, I may not want to bring out the goddess in me. Is there a product line perhaps for men that I could wear? It's coming soon?
Definitely. I've got a lot of family members that are very angry that I currently don't do male pieces, but they're coming. Fantastic. I just wanted to cater to my ladies first.
Yeah, I think, the main thing about business is there's always a personal connection, which is about branding. And, I think what you've explained there, probably coming from your own experience, is I want to exude this goddess-like 100%. Grace version. And that brings that out. And I do know there are crystals and stones and rubies, emeralds that do bring out this inner power that we have in us.
Definitely.
Fantastic.
And some of the crystals that I use, so traditionally you'll see my pieces are kind of Amazonite, lapis lazuli,
wow.
Obsidian, and those are traditional stones that they're believed to heal certain areas of the human body, whether it be, time of the month for the ladies, there is a piece that will help you with that. Okay. And there might be things like having issues, just not feeling confident. There are stones that will help you to feel that. So I really wanted to bring not just something that looks amazing, but something that actually does something for your body as well at the same time.
That's right. It's not just visual. There's an inner power that brings you. So I know the name comes from the Yoruba meaning, which is from Nigeria, West Africa. Beautiful country. No, Ghana is better. Ghana is much better. I'm I'm just going to put it out there. But I've been to Lagos. It's fantastic. So are the materials that you get for these products, do they derive from Nigeria? Is it something you would have to go there to get them? Or
No, so traditional, so I started with a signature range of waist beads.
Okay.
And our traditional waist beads are made with glass beads or plastic beads.
Brilliant.
And that's probably part of the reason why I've never really owned a pair, because I wanted a set of waist beads that I could have forever and that I would want to look after and I'd want to treasure, you know, like I do a piece of Louis V or Gucci.
Brilliant.
So for me, it was about actually, I can't find this in the market, so why not just make it?
Yeah.
And then I thought, I can't be the only woman that wants this.
Absolutely.
So, you know, let me make it for other people as well. And that's really where it came from.
Fantastic. I think, you know, making a successful business is about having a story behind your, you know, that's what the branding is. That's what's going to draw people towards it. And, you know, there must be a lot of women that relate to what you're saying. I mean, I was in Ghana recently, and I did see a lot of waist beads for like 2 cities, you know, and many people contacted me to say, yo, Kwame, can you bring some waist beads back? For my lady, of course, not for the men.
Obviously.
I mean, I would hope. Probably some of them, because waist beads are hidden under your clothes. They're probably rocking them, bringing out the goddess in them, who knows. But, you know, I did actually think to myself, that there isn't a waist bead. And I came back to London, and one of my friends, I'd forgot, you know, I didn't actually get, I think I'd given it away to so many people. I forgot, oh my God, I was supposed to give one to one friend. I thought, okay, I need to get some. And I couldn't find them anywhere. I could go on Amazon, but they were overpriced for the quality I saw.
Yeah.
So if I was interested in getting waist beads, I can go, how would I get them from you?
So you can check out our website. So www.aniketitilai, and the spelling will be up, .com, and they're all available there to buy. But we also have ankle bracelets as well, and I'm bringing out some additional pieces later this year. So
brilliant stuff. And the men will soon be able to get some products as well.
In 2021.
In 2021. Well, we're not far from there.
We're not.
So that's great. That's great. So, okay, healing and adorning you. So, you know, when I read your slogan, I was like, adorning. Let me actually look that up. What does that mean? And it means to make more attractive, to make more beautiful, and of course the healing side. So tell me a little bit more about that. What made you go with that slogan?
Yeah, so for me, when I think about adorning, it's the idea of, you know, when you see, you know, a woman, a queen, you know, wearing a crown, the crown adorns her. So she already is a queen. The crown is almost just a symbol of that queendom. So for me, I really wanted people to, you know, some people say, oh, you know, for example, when I got here today, you're like, you haven't brought your pieces with you. No, because I'm adorned, and I know I'm adorned because I'm wearing my pieces, but you can't see them. Yeah. And I think for us as females, sometimes because we get so busy with life, whether it's being a mom, a sister, a daughter, or a career woman, we forget about ourselves and forget about making ourselves feel beautiful and adorning the queens that we are. So I really wanted to give women something that was just that constant reminder. Yeah. You know, I wear my waist beads everywhere all year round. Even if no one can see them, I can see, you know, I know they're there and I can feel them. And they're just my constant reminder that there's a queen coming.
There's a queen coming. There's a queen here.
Listen.
Queen here. Brilliant. I think, you know, there's a lot of healing aspects that we all have to go through. You know, this year, even managing a business has been very difficult. You know, there's been so many challenges and a lot of personal things that go on in our lives as well. And I know when we were speaking the other day, we were talking about a lot of the generational cliches and things that block us. You know, do you want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously, I spoke earlier about being a Nigerian woman, and I think one of the things that's really come out of this year is, you know, there's been that big onus on mental health, because a lot of us have been potentially on lockdown alone and haven't had the same support system that we would traditionally have.
Or
you know.
Lockdown with somebody that's driving us crazy. That can happen too.
True, I have heard.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, growing up in my culture, you know, one of the earliest messages I remember being given by my mum was, you do not speak about what's happening in the house outside. Yeah. And we've seen a lot of press about an increase in domestic violence over the last, you know, 5-6 months because of COVID and because of people being locked in their homes. And I think what we'll probably find is that if we delved into those statistics a little bit more, we'd probably find that there's a higher proportion in kind of the Black, African, Caribbean society, because traditionally we do grow up with that lesson is you don't talk about what's happening outside of your house, you don't tell people what's going on. And I think a number of us have grown up with that exact same mindset. So we don't ask for help when we need it.
That's right.
And I think for me personally, I feel that's definitely something that needs to change. You know, when I got here earlier, I spoke to you about counselling and you were like, I love counselling. Like counselling is my go-to.
That's right.
And I think that some of us see counselling as something you need to do if you're not right. But actually, one of the things that my counsellor said to me that I found so powerful, because I turned up at a session one day and I was in the car and I was thinking, I've got nothing to tell this woman because everything's amazing. I'm living my best life. And I got there and I said that exact same thing to her, and she said, that's what I want you to talk about. Why are things so amazing? Why do you feel so good? And articulating that, because there is something about the law of attraction. Absolutely. You know, speaking things into existence and talking about, you know, things that are going well and how you're feeling when they're going well. Because there's also a piece around articulating that feeling and being able to draw it in when you need to. But I think, you know, definitely those cultural and generational messages around not speaking, you know, we need to let go of those, especially those of us that have kids and we're trying to create a future for our children that is better than our own. And for me, one of the biggest things I'm trying to do with my daughter is to get her to talk about how she's feeling. And she's not great at it, I can't lie, but she's slowly but surely, I hope, you know, when she has a tantrum or she's angry or she's crying, I'm like, okay, you're angry, but why are you angry? Tell me about it. And, you know, I'm struggling to get her to talk about it, but I'm going to keep trying.
I do think important. It's so important. I think as well, you know, that mindset that our parents put onto us in their generation, in their time, it worked. You know, that was an idealistic way of managing many of the stresses that they had to surpass, they had to manage, they had to deal with whilst bringing up a family. And I think we do live in a modern time where things have changed a bit. And actually getting that issue off of your chest is a better way to actually draw. Like you say, the law of attraction is very powerful in bringing more positivity. So coupled with your crystals, coupled with your beads, coupled with some Anike Titilai, and also getting that mental health support, that can actually push you forward. 100%. So if I, let's say I'm going counseling, I'm getting all of that healing, my mental health is on point, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I want a bit more positivity. I want something to come forward. As a man, you've got the male range coming soon. If I wanted to go and get one of your products, you know, how much would I pay for one of your products?
It really depends on the piece. So our ankle bracelets, for example, they start at £50. And the waist beads start at 105. So we have some kind of traditional beads that we use on the website, and you buy those, you know, for 105. But then if someone's got like a bespoke idea, you know, I want this crystal, I want this findings, then those are things we can definitely do.
Fantastic. I love bespoke. I mean, I'm wearing one of Anthony's London's outfits here. This is one of the blazers. Yeah, and it's bespoke. I think people are living in there's an ID that's going on now. I want people to know me, Kwame. I want people to know you as Grace. So that's fantastic. That's really good. And I mean, if I'm looking for you on social media and I want to find out more and see the beads and whatnot, what's the plug for that?
Yeah, so on Instagram, you can find me or find Aniketi Titilai. It's at Anike Titilai. No underscore, none of that. Just straight Aniketi Titilai. And then my personal page is Aniketi.
Fantastic, brilliant. There is a part of the show where I do go over your business. You know, I call it the KB consultancy part. Yeah, because I did take the liberty of obviously looking at your social media platform and looking at your website, and I do think it's amazing. And one of the reasons, Grace, that I asked you to come on the show is I think you have an amazing story. There's an amazing reason behind it. And I think I would love to see that more on your social media. I think there could be a story where you're actually illustrating me as a woman, some of the challenges that I'm facing and why these beads that I'm using, what it's given me, how it's empowering me. Perhaps even having more videos of women who are sporting your actual beads, your handmade luxury jewelry, and making sure people actually understand the meaning behind it. You know, many of the things we've spoken about today and what sort of healing. You know, we had Mental Health Week, and that could be a fantastic opportunity for you to actually move your lines and actually illustrate like, wow, you know, this is something that goes along with bringing out the goddess in you and bringing that sort of health, that well-being aspect, and adorning yourself, I think is really great. You know, a lot of people do use static photos and have pictures. Oh, you can get this bead, you can get that, which is great. But people love a story. And I think your brand is amazing and could be so much more. So if I were advising you, and it's something that we do at KB Consultancy in terms of helping people's platforms grow, I definitely would say from a marketing perspective, really push more of the story behind it. Yeah.
No, definitely. I think without a doubt, marketing is what I struggle with. But I have started to do more videos because I appreciate people like them.
Yep.
And yeah, no, I appreciate the feedback. Thank you.
I mean, you're a beautiful woman and you get a couple of beautiful models as well around sporting your jewelry. That's going to help with sales. Absolutely. And when people actually understand the meaning behind it as well. And this is something that you can then lead them to your website, and they're going to be more inclined to then read about your bio. Now I don't care about the price. I don't care about where I can get this. I just want a part of this. I want to feel, interviewing you, I want to bring out the goddess in me. Yeah, I really do. I want to bring the goddess out in me. So I'm going to go to Anike Titilai and I'm going to get me one of these products. And I think by pushing more videos, you're really going to push that platform. You know, you can even have videos of you walking around in Africa, showing that, you know, these are these stones, these are these stones. This is, you know, where this idea comes from. This is where the inspiration of, you know, healing and adorning you comes from. And people will really relate to that. We're past the era of how much does it cost and that. It's more about what is the story behind this brand. And I think that would really push it forward. So that's a bit of free consultancy that you've got right there. Yeah, I'll send you an invoice later. Is there anything else that you would like to share about your brand, about your business?
No, just check us out. You know, and one of the things that I do regularly on my social media as well is I ask for feedback and I ask people what they want to see.
Brilliant.
So please do jump on and just drop me a note. You know, what more would you like to see and what kind of things do you want us to educate you on? That's
right. And don't forget to actually, people need to be told what to do. That's fact, especially your customers. They need to be informed, like, I want to know more. So you can use, I mean, Instagram, for example, you have polls, you have questions, there are challenges that you can do. You can really sort of draw the people in. Otherwise, they'll just look and like. You want to draw them in, you want to get them involved. Use all the different aspects. I see you're very active on Instagram. That's where you can really draw the customers in there. And I think that'll be really good for you. All right? You're looking at me like, oh, wow, okay. Okay, all right.
Yeah, most of it sounds like French to me. Like, I'm still so new to Instagram, but I'm definitely gonna, you know, I say new, I've been on it for a year or so. But, you know, as you've fed back to me in the past, I'm not as active as I probably should be. So
absolutely.
It's definitely an area for me to work on.
It's a great story, and obviously we're gonna push this interview we've had here. I think it's been an amazing conversation with you. I think the aspect of healing and adorning is something that I'm going to actually take on. I have 2 daughters. I'm going to push that onto them as well. And yeah, I will be getting some of your products.
When?
I'll be getting them very soon. Very soon. By the end of this interview, I'm jumping online. I'm going to order them just to say thank you for coming down. It's been amazing having you on the show. I do actually want to say that, you know, please do jump onto Anike Titilai on Instagram. Do visit the website and check out the products. They're amazing. And let's actually help this healing and adorning platform really rise. Grace, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Today's show was brought to you by our fantastic sponsors, KB Consultancy, Complete Care Solution, Anthony's London, RM Cooks, Insight Productions, No Labels Required, and of course the beautiful Shakira Tanay, who's keeping us looking beautiful on set. Thanks for watching.